All right. Hello, everyone, and thank you all for joining us during the Lytham Partners Fall 2024 Investor Conference. My name is Robert Blum, Managing Partner of Lytham Partners. During this presentation, we welcome Aquafil, ticker symbol of ECNLF on the OTCQX and ECNL on the Milan Exchange. Joining us today from the company is Mr. Giulio Bonazzi, the company's Chief Executive Officer. Before I turn it over, I want to remind everyone that management is available for one-on-one meetings throughout the conference. If you've not already signed up and would like to schedule a one-on-one, please send me an email. That's Blum, B-L-U-M, at lythampartners.com, or you can visit the landing page for the conference, lythampartners.com/fall 2024. From there, you can click on the investor registration button to make your one-on-one selections. With that said, Mr. Bonazzi, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you for having me, and hello, everyone. Well, Aquafil is a market leader in the nylon industry, and in particular, we are selling a lot of materials all over the world for the final application: carpet yarn, textile yarn, and polymers for industrial molding, extrusion, and compounding. Around 72% of our revenues are deriving from carpet yarn, 16% from textile, and the remaining part from polymer. And besides being leader in nylon, we are also a global company, because in fact, around 55% of our revenues are generated within the European market, but almost the remaining 50%, so in fact 45%, are elsewhere between United States and Asia Pacific. The company's strengths in reality are a successful business model with a lot of research and development that is generating a proprietary technology with a lot of innovations. In fact, around 2% of our revenues are spent in research and development. We are a pioneer of circularity with the ECONYL regeneration system, which is producing sustainable fibers and polymers 100% from nylon 6 waste. And today, 53% of our fiber revenues are coming out of ECONYL. And we are also a global company, but acting locally. In fact, we are having 19 operations in 8 countries and in 3 main continental areas. We are, of course, very much present in Europe, but United States, between Georgia, North Carolina, Arizona, and California, are, let's say, the states where Aquafil is operating. But what is ECONYL? ECONYL is a 100% regenerated and regenerable nylon with unique proprietary technology, but having exactly the same quality and performances as standard nylon, but without using new resources. It means that standard nylon or whatever other fiber or polymer is coming from petrochemical, mainly from oil and oil derivatives. Our ECONYL is coming 100% out of waste. Waste that are often particularly ugly. And of course, the process starts from rescuing waste. So we have to go all over the world. For example, from California, we are collecting directly. So Aquafil is collecting a lot of carpets. Today, more than 20 million pounds per year, with a target of reaching 30 to 35 million in less than 18 to 24 months. Or fishing nets that are coming from Europe, Asia Pacific, or from the American continent. We have, of course, to ship this waste to Europe, apply our regeneration process. Our regeneration process is something different from conventional mechanical recycling, because it's a chemical process without any hazardous substance used for the decomposition of the waste that is returning one step back in the chemical chain. So from the waste, which is under the form of a polymer, we return to the monomer. We apply a purification and we have a monomer which is exactly identical of the one coming from oil. Of course, when you have the oil, you can easily remake any nylon product, which is for carpet, for technical applications, for textile applications, or for polymer and injection molding, or for whatever usage where nylon is the preferred solution. And our customers, without changing anything, they just have to switch from a conventional petrochemical nylon yarn or polymer to our ECONYL regenerated nylon. They can reimagine and redefine any kind of product. Waste, of course, is something that our society, I guess, doesn't like. But unfortunately, it's what we normally produce while manufacturing or at the end of life of a product. In this case, is becoming a very valuable raw material. So the problem is becoming an opportunity, is turning into being an opportunity. We are collecting today more than 85 to 90 million pounds per year of waste. 50% of this waste we are, let's say, striving to get it from post-consumer and not from pre-consumer, let's say, provenience. But this is very, very important. And the result at the end is for sure not something bad or ugly like a waste, but it's an ingredient, nylon yarns or nylon polymers, that are going for making beautiful products by the most important luxury companies or carpet companies or molders around the world. Here, if you look at the picture, you can see a beautiful carpet. You can see also a beautiful backpack, which, as you can imagine, coming from Gucci, is not, let's say, very, let's say, convenient in terms of price. And you can see also a jacket, which is in particular very important. And I like to mention it because it's 100% made out of nylon and out of ECONYL. So clearly, if one day a consumer, after buying this beautiful jacket, decides to take it back, we can very easily recycle it because it's been designed with the end in mind. So with the idea at the end to be perfectly recycled and regenerated. If we speak about sustainability, of course, it is not only important to speak about environmental sustainability, but also important to speak about social and governance targets. These are our targets that we have declared in our non-financial declaration and that we are getting to reach shortly, or some of them have already been reached during 2023 and 2024. First of all, to generate around 60% of our fiber revenues from ECONYL and other regenerated fibers or other recycling technologies. We are today at 53% just with ECONYL, but of course, while collecting carpets, we are now collecting also other type of fiber waste, and we have now started also to sell this other waste, even if they are not having the same magic that nylon has. As a target also, we want to collect directly 35,000 metric tons of post-consumer waste, or if I transform these 35,000 metric tons into pounds, it's more than 75 million pounds per year of post-consumer waste. We want to join the Science-Based Target Initiative and set up greenhouse gases reduction target. You have to know that ECONYL, in terms of metrics, when we speak about CO2 emission, is around 90% lower than a petrochemical nylon. So as you can understand, it's already a big step in the right direction. We want to monitor groups, key suppliers through audits and or due diligence in line with the European Supply Chain Act. I'm sorry about that. I know that you are in the United States, but we are based in Europe, and so we have to follow also our European legislation and directive. We want to have around 20% women in top and senior management positions within 3 years to assure gender equality, and draft a succession plan for our top management. And what about our ESG achievement so far? Well, we are ranked as first company in the textiles sub-industry according to Morningstar Sustainability ESG risk rating, and we are silver medal according to EcoVadis. So as you can understand, we are very proud about these achievements. About the environment, we have approval of our environmental policy, Scope 3 emissions reporting, development, validation, and issuance of ISO 44842 standard on microplastics. You have to know that we have even invented, together with an important research center of Italy, a system for measuring microplastics and microfiber release of the products made by our clients and not only our product. Climate change risk and vulnerability assessment and biodiversity assessment. Social, D&I policy definition, approval of human rights policy, approval of green procurement policy, 45,000 hours of training, plus 35% in comparison with 2022, and launch of the talent management project. About governance, we have reached the approval of our new ESG policy and establishment on ESG committee, new remuneration and incentive policy with ESG parameters, anti-corruption policy, update of the code of ethics, and whistleblowing procedures. So as you can understand, we are, of course, not just focusing on environment, which is, of course, very important, but also about the rest of the factors that we have to keep under control to avoid any risk and possibly to progress faster toward a full sustainability. Key figures about the first semester of 2024. Around 288 million euros revenues, 32.6 million EBITDA, 243 million of net financial position, and as I said short ago, 52.8% of fiber revenues coming from ECONYL. Well, the board has just approved and we are now ready to share with you our new 2024-2026 industrial plan, which is designed to further strengthen the group's competitive positioning through volumes increase. We are focusing crazily on growing our revenues during the coming, let's say, 24 to 30 months, and to accelerate the growth path also through additional investments, partly leveraging on a 40 million capital increase that we have just asked the market to subscribe. Support selective initiatives for technological improvement, so thanks to our research and development and our engineering department, increase in efficiency and automation of the production process, and of course, cost rationalization. Cost, and cost, it's a mantra that we repeat daily within our management team in order, of course, to keep competitive among, let's say, the industry players. What about our, let's say, expected volumes by business line? Well, we are, let's say, as a target that we want to reach a CAGR between 23 and 26 of 4% per annum. There we are planning a strong recovery during 2025 because 2024 has seen a better market in Europe, a better market in Asia Pacific, but unfortunately a slower market in the US, which is where we are focusing in order to recover volumes. This should happen because around 2 years ago, one important player has left the market, and we are now still, let's say, growing the volumes of this player that abandoned the market a couple of years ago. But another player has just announced that for the year end and beginning of 25, January 25, he will stop production. This, of course, even if the market should not grow, and we are all, of course, hoping that the market is going to grow, also with the interest rates cut that everybody is expecting. I mean, it should give us the possibility to return to a volume growth that was more similar to the trajectory of 2021 and 2022. With regard to NTF, which is textile yarn, we are pursuing a growth of 7% per annum, but please don't be frightened because in reality, this is where we have lost more. Also with this +7, we are still not, let's say, dreaming to recover the volumes that has gone lost in the last 36 months. Polymers is a different matter. It is something where we step back very recently, where we are still a small player, not having a big market share like in the other two cases. And so we still have, let's say, large opportunities for growing and as soon as possible also for introducing ECONYL products into this important application. When we speak about our industrial plan for 2024 and 2026, the key indicators are we expect results in 2024 with a target EBITDA of 65 million, with a net financial position after the capital increase of 207 million. Well, I have to tell you, our main shareholder is controlling around 60% of the share capital of the company, has already declared that they will subscribe this capital increase. So let's say 60% should already be secured. In 2025, we are planning to increase and to return to our original target, which is between 80 to 87 million EBITDA, with a net financial position between 185 to 195. When you see also these numbers, you have to remember that IFRS 16 accounting standards are included. This is very important to remember. What about 2026? The target is to further grow our EBITDA to 90 million, and then to have a net financial position between 157 to 167 million. So as you can understand, it's an important industrial plan, the one which has just been approved, and we are working very hard to realize it. And we, of course, have plenty of confidence that we have the possibility of reaching these targets. Thus, of course, returning to an EBITDA, which, let's say, averages around 14 to 14.5% on revenues. We are today around 12.3 to 12.5. So we have, let's say, 100 to 200 points to recover through volume growth and a continuous work on cost saving. When we speak about cost saving between 2023 and 2024, we have reduced our labor force of around 14%. So from 2,800 and something, we have reduced to 2,400 and something. And let's say still we have some room for improvement that we want to reach during the next month, or let's say year maximum. Then, of course, we still have a lot of possibilities also through our capital expenditures plan for, of course, automatizing certain processes, and also reducing our other variable costs in terms of energy saving, water saving, and better raw material yield on the final product. I hope that you have enjoyed these 20 minutes or so together with me, and we are, of course, very happy to welcome you in a one-to-one meeting during the coming period, in order to share and to discuss with you in details why and what we are going to do during the coming 24 to 30 months. I thank you again, and Robert, I return to you the floor.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for that tremendous presentation. And as Mr. Benazzi just said, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one meeting with the management team, please feel free to email me and I'll help coordinate. Again, that's Blum, B-L-U-M, at lythampartners.com. Or again, you can visit the landing page for the conference. That's lythampartners.com/fall 2024. From there, you can click on the investor registration button. If for some reason today doesn't work and you'd like to schedule something into the future, happy to coordinate there as well. So once again, Mr. Benazzi, thank you so much for your presentation today. And to everyone here attending the event, we hope you enjoy the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and see you soon.